Hi, welcome back to Christine's Home Affairs. Last week I showed you a project that was really cute to make and very simple as well, and it was made using just one zipper. Okay, so this was the jacket holder. You put your jacket in here and you attach it to your bag. I found something that is much quicker to make than this. I think it's going to be a really good seller in the shop. And wait till you see how long it actually takes to make them. They are super quick and they are incredibly easy to make as well. So a beginner could do this, and they're a fabulous scrap buster as well. So if you've got scrappy bits of fabric left over from making bag handles or bias binding strips, you can use all of those pieces as well to make these bag holders. So here they are. They've got a swivel clip at one end, a D-ring at the other end. Now this isn't my idea. I actually found it on an Instagram reel this morning. Got so excited about it. I've made about 13 of them so far, and it's not even morning tea time yet. And this one's made using just a remnant of fabric that I had in one of my previous projects recently. So there it is, with one of the others that I've made this morning. The swivel clip will attach to your bag or whatever you might want to hang it from. If you're at school, you might want to hang it from the school racks, and the kiddies can put their jackets and coats and hang those up without losing them. That's what we're going to do today. I'm going to show you how easy they are to make. I'm really excited about these. I think they're going to be a great one for the shop. They're going to be fantastic at the end of the school year for teachers' gifts. And I think they'll be great Christmas stocking stuffers as well. But even without all of that, they're going to be great in the shop too. So let's get to it. We'll make it quickly, and then I'll let you know how long it all took me and what I'm going to sell them for. Okay, this is such a quick project that we barely need anything at all. I'm going to show you using fabric as well as webbing or strapping. So if you have strapping bits left over from previous projects, you can use that. And we all have heaps of fabric strips left over from bag handles and bindings and things like that. So this is a 1 inch wide piece of webbing or strapping. And I need a swivel clip that will fit across that, and I also need a D-ring. This one here is a little bit smaller. The D-rings are smaller, so I think this is a 20mm or 3/4 inch. This piece of fabric is cut at 2.5 inches or just under 2.5 inches or 6 centimeters. It's just a strip of fabric that I've got lying around from a previous project. You'll fold the raw edges into the center and then fold that in again, and you'll stitch down both long edges. And we'll go and do that in a moment. But this is so quick, we're going to do the whole lot at the machine. Let's take this one. And if you've got small strips of bias binding left over, you can get some smaller swivel clips and D-rings and make exactly the same thing with those. This is a great way to get rid of all of those scrappy bits of fabric that we have. So grab your swivel clip, place it straight onto one end of your webbing, fold that over once. You don't even have to measure it. And then where that raw edge is, you want to fold that over again, and that's when it folds over the edge of the swivel clip. Grab a clip and we'll just secure that in place and go to the other end, keeping the folded side faced up. Oops. This stuff frays so easily. Grab your D-ring, place that over your webbing, fold that over just like we did before, and then move your D-ring up and fold your webbing over again. Then we can take this to the machine and sew along the long edges, up there, across and down again. And you'll do that for this side as well. Once you've done that, you're finished. So easy. Now, this one here, we're going to take it to the machine and work on it over there. First thing we're going to do is sew down both long edges. Takes a little bit longer than these ones. Once those long edges are stitched, then we'll put the swivel clip and the D-ring on to the other ends, and we'll fold it over exactly the same as we've done with this one. So we'll take all of this over to the machine now. I'm going to sew this one first because I'm almost out of thread and I need to match this one. Now I have my zipper foot on, or a very narrow foot, because it'll allow me to get closer to the metal bar on this side of the swivel clip and D-ring. So I'll stitch across the bottom, sew up the side, not going too close to that bar at the bottom, rotate this, and then we can sew back and forward along here. And then we'll sew backward here. And across the bottom one more time. That's that side done. And then we'll do the same for this side. So that's completely finished. We'll do the other one too. You can, if you prefer, fold those raw edges in at the top. Just one fold and then fold it close like this, but you really don't need to. It's going to be tucked away shortly. Okay, so that is ready to be finished up now. Grab your D-ring, fold the fabric over once, and then we'll fold it over one more time, and we'll stitch that in place. And backward. That's that side, keeping it nice and flat and straight. We'll grab the swivel clip, bring that over, fold it once, and then fold it over the metal bar and finish it up. And we're done. So these are the three colours that I've been making this morning. I bet you're wondering how they work. So all you need to do is, it doesn't really matter which way you have this facing, but you'll grab this part of the webbing here, or the fabric, and just push that into the D-ring like that until you get a loop. And then you need to grab your garment cardigan, jacket. Pop that through there. And there you go. That'll hang up your garment on any rack or on your bag. Too easy, right? The other way that you can bring this through is by popping the D-ring through the bottom of your swivel clip, and you've got your fabric looped through. So it doesn't matter whether you feed the fabric through the D-ring or whether you put your D-ring through your swivel clip. It's probably easier the other way. Actually, this way is just as easy. There you go. And likewise, you could pop your swivel clip through the D-ring. It really doesn't matter which way you do it. These came to me whilst I was making these, are actually really good for dog leads. You would want to make it stronger or use a stronger webbing, and you'd probably want to use stronger D-rings and swivel clips as well. But if you have a really big, tall dog, you could make yourself a short lead. You could pop this over your wrist, this on the dog's collar, and then you can keep the dog really close to you. In fact, my son has a dog that we call a horse. I think I might go and whip up one of these for his dog. I love these. So what did you think of that project? Look at all the ones I've made today. There's a heap of them. It's a great way to use up ends of strapping that you might have. You don't have to use the size that I've made these ones with. You can go a little bit shorter, a little bit longer. I don't think it really matters. This one is using the 16-inch or 40 centimetres. You've still got plenty of room in there, so I reckon you could make it out of smaller bits of strapping or fabric as well. And there's the fabric one in here as well. So yeah, you could make these out of any material. Ribbon as well. I was looking around in my drawers for something before and I saw a whole bunch of ribbon and I thought, oh my God, I want to make a heap in ribbon as well. But I've calmed down slightly, but I am excited about these. Now I was going to tell you how long they took me to make. I put the clock on and I timed exactly how long it takes to cut the strapping, put the D-rings on and sew everything up. I stayed over at the machine to do that so I wouldn't waste any time running around my room. Not that you'd catch me running. To make 5 of them, it took me 9 minutes and 44 seconds. So that's one every 2 minutes. And I'd like my hourly rate to be $60 an hour. And for these ones, I'm certainly going to get it. I want to sell these at $5 each. The previous ones that I made using the zip, they take a fair bit longer to make. So I don't think I could sell those for $10, which is what I would have needed to do. And they were too cheap at $5 for the amount of labour. But I think these, for the price of a cup of coffee, I don't think I'll have a problem selling these at all, especially in the bright colours and with any bright bits of fabric that I might have left over. I'm going to get cracking and make a few of these. So I'm hoping to have something to report in my next, well, not in the next top 10 because that should be coming out this week, but the one in a few months' time. Hopefully I'll have sold a whole heap of these, especially in the lead up to Christmas. So yeah, I'm going to sell all of these at $5 each. I'll have one on display so people can see what they're supposed to do. And yeah, I'm looking forward to selling these ones. What do you think? They're such an easy thing to make and a great way to get rid of scrap. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video and I shall catch you next time. Bye for now.